everyone, welcome or welcome back. If you're new here, my name's Nina, and here at this channel we talk all about mental health, personal development, and understanding our own psychology. And today we're going to be talking about a really interesting phenomenon called the spotlight effect. So what is it? Well, it describes our tendency to overestimate the amount that other people notice our behavior or our appearance. It describes that feeling or that perception that there is a spotlight on us that is highlighting and revealing all our mistakes and our imperfections for all the world to see. So I think we've all experienced this where we have maybe a spaghetti stain on our shirt and we have to walk down the street and we are embarrassed because we feel like every single person is looking at us. It's human nature, right? Well, psychological studies have shown us that we tend to grossly overestimate the amount that other people notice or care. And I certainly don't mean that in any type of negative way. It's not that we're not important, it's just that everyone is preoccupied with their own life. They are worried about their own life and their own problems. And I wanted to highlight this by telling you about one of my favorite experiments ever conducted concerning the spotlight effect, and this happened in the year 2000. So what they did is they had a group of 200 university students, and they would pick one at a time to wear a shirt that they felt would be embarrassing, that other people would notice. So I have no idea why they selected this, but they selected for them to wear Barry Manilow t-shirts. So no offense to any fans out there, I guess they just felt that in the year 2000, that was probably something that a university student would find embarrassing and not typically wear. So they would have the student wear the t-shirt and enter a room with a whole bunch of other university students. They would be pretending that they were doing some kind of task that required them to kind of mill about a little bit. And once this pretend task had completed, they would leave the room. And they would repeat this several times with many different people wearing the Barry Manilow shirt in front of other participants. So at the end of this part of the experiment, they asked the students that had worn the t-shirts, what percentage of other people do you think noticed what you were wearing? How many people noticed that you were wearing a Barry Manilow t-shirt? And the average response given was 50%. They thought about half of the people probably noticed their t-shirt. When they polled all the other participants that had been there, the actual answer was 25%. But here's where it gets even more interesting. They repeated the experiment, but this time they did not have the students wear embarrassing t-shirts. They just had the students wear distinctive t-shirts that probably other people could easily recognize. So I think they had MLK, they had Bob Marley and Jerry Seinfeld, which makes sense because it was the year 2000. And then they repeated the experiment in exactly the same way. Now, when they polled these students at the end and asked them, how many people do you think noticed your t-shirt? They again averaged at 50%. Now, in reality, for this group, it was only 10%, even though these are very recognizable t-shirts that other people probably were fans of. They still didn't notice or care. So it just goes to show that all this worry that we have that everyone is scrutinizing everything that we are doing or noticing what we are doing or caring what we are doing is really unwarranted, because it's simply not the case. Not because we're not significant, not because we aren't important, but again, simply because people are preoccupied with their lives and whatever else it is that they are doing. So why does this matter? How is the spotlight effect really impacting us? Well, it actually impacts us quite a bit, especially in social situations. We can feel embarrassed. We can feel overly self-conscious. We can feel, again, that all eyes are on us and really scrutinizing every little last thing that we are doing. And in some cases, it can even lead to social anxiety. And in today's society, we're really being taught to be hyper-focused on our appearance and our behavior. And now we don't just have to worry about our real lives, but we have to worry about our lives on social media as well. And this can have an incredibly negative effect on many aspects of our life. We can feel that we have to be inauthentic because we want the approval of other people, and we think that they've noticed every little mistake we've ever made, so we want to overcompensate for that. And I also want to point out that research has also shown us that situations where we perceive that we are being evaluated or there's some kind of pressure for us to be liked by other people, in these circumstances, the spotlight effect can affect us to an even stronger degree. But if we can get to the point where we realize and truly understand that it is highly unlikely that other people are caring and noticing the amount that we think they are, and by other people I certainly don't mean our loved ones, I just mean other people in general, we're going to experience a lot less worry and a lot more freedom. The spotlight effect is simply a psychological phenomenon that leads us to believe that all eyes are always on us, but that simply is not the case. Now, if it's gotten to the point for us that it is really crossing into social anxiety where it is negatively impacting our life, it's always helpful to seek out the support of a licensed mental health professional who would be more than happy to help us with these anxieties. So I would love to hear if you feel that the spotlight effect is something that has impacted your life, or if you want to share any of your own stories and experiences that are centered around this topic. I would love to hear it. And also, if you found today's video to be helpful and interesting, please like it, share it, and definitely subscribe to the channel. I hope the rest of your day is extraordinary, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Have an amazing day, guys. Take care.